Hey everyone, welcome to Otaku Talk. It's me, your boy, your host, OD, and today we are reviewing and analyzing chapter 201 of Dr. Stone. I'm gonna be super real with you guys. Oh man, I love this manga. I think it's super dope. I think it's super fun. The sense of adventure is there, the science is there, and I cannot express how much every time I open up a new chapter, how much I long for it, miss, and am happy and excited to see the artwork. I just what's his name? Boichi draws phenomenally. Not saying that other mangaka don't, but like I just love how visually like stunning and appealing his drawing is, his aesthetics, how clean the panels are. Like literally, they're pristine. Like they're pristine. There's no like shade, like everything's like white and black and like just solid colors. Oh, I'm not even like into art like that. Like I love art and I can appreciate like when something's good and when something's bad, but like mwah, chef's kiss to this entire manga series. Anyway, if this is your first time checking out the channel, or you're a recurring guest who hasn't joined us already, please join my League of Otaku. Like and subscribe would mean the world to me. I need 1,000 subscribers. It's a daunting mission, not as daunting as Senku and them trying to get to the moon, but hey, we all got to start somewhere. So please just hit me with that like, hit me with that subscribe. If you like this video, share it with your friends. I know it might not seem like a lot to you, but for me, it means the world and I would appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into this. All right, guys, chapter 201 of Dr. Stone, Morse Talk. So once again, I'm just gonna say it again. Love, love the artwork. Probably will go down in history as one of my top three. Just because as of right now, I can't think of like what other ones made me. Oh, Prison School, which I know I just snitched on myself because I know that it's a very etchy manga, and so people might be judging me right now. But Dr. Stone and Prison School are probably in my top three of favorite drawn mangas. They're just so clean, so pristine. Anyway, we start off this chapter with sea life. We're looking in the ocean, beautiful panels, beautiful scenery, and we just see boom, the Perseus just zooming along on the sea. All the upgrades they did to it, their new engine has it flying. And I bust out laughing when Kohaku was like, "It's so incredible how fast this thing moves. This thing moves as fast as I do on sea. This thing moves as fast as I do on sea as I do on land." So I thought that was hilarious. Even when I forget who it is that responds to, is like, that's kind of more of an impressive feat for you than the ship, right? And that's exactly what me and I guess any other reader was thinking. It cracked me up. I like that. These larger than life, characters. So I want to make sure I get everything in here. So you'll see me from time to time glance down at my phone. Anyway, they are on the, like, not the starboard. I don't know. They're at the very front of the ship. They all look like they're doing the Titanic thing, trying to get in that nice cool sea breeze. But unfortunately, they're close to the equator right now, and it is hot. So they run inside, and it turns out that we have AC now. I cannot get over the fact that like these guys are making like so much modern technology with such a limited staff and with limited materials. Like, oh boy, this manga just forces you to be like, hey man, either take it or don't, but we're going with or without you. Because part of me does want to be like, okay, I don't know. I feel kind of like I want my cake and to eat it too, because earlier in the series, for those of you who've been with me for a really long time, I kind of bitched a lot about how not actually, I didn't bitch. I never bitched about this, but I always thought it was funny how he'd be like, let's make a motorcycle. And then like the motorcycle he made would be like the shittiest thing, or like, let's make a car. And it would be a shitty car. Like now, when I say shitty, I don't mean like bad, like it was functional. I'm just talking about in comparison to modern day tech. But like literally, like within the last within post petrification, literally all everything he's built has been up to standards with modern tech. Like literally, it hasn't been like a ratchet like Stone Age version. Like no, he's built like what looks to be exact replicas of like modern day tech. Like this ship has air conditioning, it has electricity, it has a freezer. You see in another panel they're eating like what is that? Ice cream. They're living life. Like they're pretty much on a like 2020 cruise. They're probably doing better than a 2020 cruise because a 2020 cruise was during Corona, so people were having too much fun. Um, so yeah, that's wild. And I know it's 2021. I don't know why I picked 2020, but but yeah, man, this has been. Oh man, I'm stuck between just sheerly enjoying and loving all the like the gadgets and gear and tech that they're making, and also just kind of being like, all right, let's like slow down a little bit because like this is kind of outlandish how well you guys are doing. But at the same time, it's kind of like they have to at least be on this level, right? Because if they're not at least on this level, how are they going to hope to make a spacecraft and all the things necessary for space travel? So I kind of get that. So, as a result of all the teams splitting up, we're going to need a method of staying in contact with one another. It just makes sense. We're going to have a lot of moving parts, a lot of people doing various things, doing their job. We need to check in with the progress of what each city is doing. If something bad happens, we need to relay that to the other cities. We need to have a contingency plan. Like honestly, I'm actually something I wanted to bring up, and I just thought about it now is they better have a contingency plan now. They need to, wear like revival fluid, like bracelets or watches or backpacks or something. There needs to be some kind of contingency in case there is another like guerrilla warfare style Medusa attack. Y-Man does another Medusa attack. Something. There needs to be something for them where if this happens again, they won't be petrified, or if they are petrified, it's for like no time at all, because we've seen that, hey, this is a very real and present danger. So we need a better plan than figure something out and scramble at the last second. Set up some emergency Medusa shelters or revival methods, blah blah blah. I don't know how they would do that, but they need. I'm hoping that if something like this does occur again, it may not happen again till we're on the moon, but I'm hoping that Senku, being the genius he is, or at least Zeno, is like, you know what? We need to make sure that this never, ever, ever happens to us again and have some form of contingency plan. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying about the cities. They need to be able to establish communications with them, relay back and forth the progress each one is making, relay any danger or warnings to them if something is happening. And also, when they eventually get more crew, I'm obviously assuming that once they get to Spain, they're going to. I think where are they going? Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona was a very heavily populated place, city in Spain. So once they get there, I'm obviously sure that they will depetrify some more people, set up a city there, and they're gonna just keep setting up, city after city after communication point after communication point, and so that's really cool. There's a series of panels where they show everyone talking about what city, what team they're on, what city they're going to, and why they're doing it, and it was pretty much what I said in my last review. Luna and some of the other people there are gonna have to bridge the gap between Senku's team and Xenos' team. You're gonna have the likes of Jin and his servants stay with Zeno to keep an eye on them, make sure that they don't do anything too crazy. That's why, once again, I think Tsukasa and all the rest of the heavy hitters are there. That way, Xenos doesn't try anything because, all the heavy hitters are there. They can squash that, even if Xenos somehow is able to depetrify Stanley under their watch. I don't think Stanley is enough to handle the massive fighting force that stayed behind with Zeno. As cool as Stanley is, he's one person, and in a one-on-one fight, he can't handle Tsukasa, let alone the rest of the people that stayed back. So yes, very excited to see what comes of all of that. Also, something I'm super excited for is Suika seems to have really embraced this whole like junior scientist role. She's super excited. She even proclaims that she wants to be Dr. Suika. So I think that's awesome. I do think that there's gonna come a point in time where both Chrome and Suika are gonna have enough knowledge that they're going to have to lead their own branches of the science team. Basically, I think something's going to happen, and it's just Senku and Xeno are going to have to handle the big problems, and then Chrome and Suika are going to have to handle the secondary issues, right? Suika can work on this, Chrome can work on this, and I just think this is once again a great step towards scientific progress. We already saw that with two geniuses, we're able to do amazing things, from working on a rocket engine to working on a ship and all the comfort that's on the ship. And I forget who even says it, but someone's like, this is only possible because of being able to split the workload between two super geniuses. So if we have two super geniuses and then two, let's call them adequate geniuses, I really do see us propelling quite far into the future in terms of tech and what we're able to do as a squad. On top of that, I'm really excited to see what kind of scientist Suika becomes, because one thing we've known about Chrome from the jump is that he's very creative and ingenuitive, right? So like he thinks outside the box, and he's been so creative that he has reinvented technology that he has never heard of or does not exist. Like we cannot take anything away from Senku ever. That's an absolute joke to try to do that. But at the end of the day, Senku is no more than, and once again, this isn't to be an insult. I'm just trying to do a comparison. But you can kind of, this is just a gross oversimplification. But you can think of Senku as a chef that is just recreating recipes that already exist. He basically is just a great chef that has memorized every recipe in the world and is just recreating them, or finding the ingredients to recreate them. Chrome, on the other hand, is a chef that has never, ever heard of like half the dishes in the world. But hey, he's like, hey, you know what would be cool? This one thing that tastes like this, and then he recreates a misu, or whatever however you pronounce her. Like, you guys get my point. Basically, he's recreating these meals, these recipes that he has never heard of before, based upon just sheer taste or what he thinks would taste good. And for me, that's impressive. I mean, let's be real. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What's more impressive to you? Following a recipe that you already know, or recreating a great meal without knowing the recipe? So, yeah, we'll leave that there. So anyway, we don't really get to enjoy ourselves for too long. Back to what the title was about, Morse Talk. We have to communicate with all the cities, so everyone's pretty much gonna have like cram school, where everyone just has to learn how to talk in Morse code. So that's gonna be fun. Honestly, I would be so stressed out if I was part of this crew, because honestly, I don't feel like I'm the smartest person in the world, and I'm still struggling to learn languages. Like, I could tell you I know like Spanish, some Korean, and like weeb level Japanese, and I know some Igbo. I'm Nigerian, and my tribe is Igbo, and so Nigerian in Nigeria, like, you speak your tribe or your tribe's dialect. So I would speak Igbo, and so like I do not know anything outside of, in order, it goes English, Spanish, and then the rest. Like, I know a few phrases, bro. I can't even hold a conversation. I don't even think I can hold a conversation in Spanish. I can pretend to, and I can catch words, but bro, the fact that these people have to constantly learn new things in order to survive and advance civilization is so scary to me because I don't know if I could do this. I feel like I would be useless. I honestly feel like I would be relegated to Senku's friend spot where I'm just literally manual labor. Like I'm not dumb by any means, but bro, the level of like I couldn't craft shit. I couldn't learn another language. And like all the other talents and skills these people have, I really do not know what I would bring to the table. I would like to learn more about science, but like the fact that I'm having trouble doing that now and I'm going to like, a good school for it. So like I totally that's rough. But obviously it's a manga and they'll all be able to figure it out, maybe with some caveats. But I'm excited to see like how that plays. So we don't really even get to relax, we don't get to breathe. Immediately Ukyu and Leonard hear something. And by the way, if you forgot who Leonard is the dude that was with Zeno that they were using as radar and sonar. So once again, just love the fact that we as the science Senku Science City or whatever team has leveled up, and now we have two super hearing motherfuckers on the squad, and they immediately hear Morse code being sent to them. Once again, it's Y Man. As we learned before, any single time a radio signal is sent out, he can pick it up, he can receive it, and that to him lets him know, uh-oh, there's human activity going on the planet. It lets him know that they're active again. And so uh Chrome is freaking out, but Senku's like, yeah, we're hip, we knew. And Chrome's like absolutely floored, immediately falls on his ass, like, what? Why aren't we worried about this? Why aren't we more scared about this? Should we be sending out more signals? And Senku basically explains, like, hey man, you know what? I was thinking about it. I was thinking, hey, it might be in our best interest. It might be in our best interest to simply like maintain radio silence, work in silence, not let him know what's happening. But at the end of the day, that would be more so of a detriment to us than a benefit. Like, yeah, White Man doesn't know we're here anymore, but we're going to be working a lot slower. We're going to have information stifled. We're not going to be able to relay things back and forth to each other. At the end of the day, it's a lot more trouble than it's worth. So you know what? F it. We ain't no bitches. We'll let them know, hey, we're here. If you want to do something about it, do something about it. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to go to the moon. But if we can get Y-Man to come to us, or if we can get Y-Man to communicate with us, it kind of cuts the middleman out, right? Like, obviously that's not going to happen, but it wouldn't be a bad, like, I don't think Senku would see it as a bad thing if Y-Man came to us. It would just save us trouble. It would save, like, and we would get a lot more exposition into what's happening, right? So, the Y-Man is no longer saying why or doing the Medusa countdown. He's saying, do you want to die? He is sending a threat to the mankind. And honestly, he obviously is frustrated, right? This is the second time in a row. He's done a massive petrification of the planet. And this is the second time in a row where after a allotted period of time, it started back up again. And to the point where radio waves are happening. So if radio waves are happening, he knows technology is being used. And so honestly, I'll be real with you. I don't think Y-Man is a bad person. I think that he is either trying to protect Earth or he is trying to protect civilization, maybe. So I said this theory several times. I'm going to say it again. I think that either something is coming to Earth to either colonize them, to take them over, and Y-Man is either protecting them, he wants to hide them, or possibly it could be a Thanos situation where it could be a Thanos situation, it could be a Gurren Lagann situation where we are just devaluing and depreciating Earth and its resources. I think basically my closest theory of what like Y-Man or his kin or whatnot are doing is if his kin is not going from planet to planet, and because if his kin is not raping and harvesting resources, because I honestly think that's what's going to happen on our planet. I think eventually we're going to find that, hey, we have too much trash here, we have too much waste. When we finally embrace things like nuclear energy, which as clean as it is, because it's cleaner than like solar and all that other stuff, it still does create nuclear waste. We're gonna have to find places to take. I think the next step is our trash, our waste. We're gonna send it to fucking space, shoot it at the moon. I mean, not the moon, the sun. Why not? We're running out of resources, food, natural minerals, and all that. We're gonna have to see if another planet has some of the stuff we're starting to lack here. And so they're either these aliens are going to use Earth as their personal, harvest ground for all the things we have, water, plants, minerals, ores, all that stuff, or they're trying to prevent us from doing what they did to their planet, possibly, and draining its resources. Maybe it's a reboot of sorts, right? Maybe the petrification naturally ends after a millennia or something of that nature, right? And so in the meantime, they're just trying to do this reboot of Earth, allow for all the species and populations that went not extinct, but like that were dying down to come back, all the vegetation and plant life to grow back, just and all the resources, like it takes millions of years for diamonds and stuff to form, so all that stuff to happen. So basically, once again, to reboot the Earth, and basically Senku and these people coming back, and already, because I think technology is the hugest contributor to the decline of our planet. The more advanced our technology is, the more we depreciate the value of Earth because of all the things we need to keep that technology going. So I think Why Man's thread of "Do you guys want to die?" could very well easily be, hey, do you want to keep depleting your planet of resources to the point where it can no longer sustain life? I think that's plot point possibly A, or possible plot point B is, hey, I'm trying to keep you guys low key. If you guys are sending out signals that can be picked up, these other aliens are going to pick up your signals and come to your planet. So I think it's one of those two things. A, you're either destroying the planet and you need to stop, or B, hey, people are looking for you. They're looking for resources because they depleted their planet's resources and they need yours. And if you're sending out radio signals that they can pick up, they will find you. And I'm trying to stop that. Anyway, I'm super curious what's going on with Y-Man. Like, why is he doing this? Why are they petrified? And the technology behind it and what it's all going to lead up to. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here for now because my camera keeps dying. But I think I've said everything I need to say on this chapter. And I think we all are super excited to see how this story progresses. This is a phenomenal story. And I really hope that it just gains so much traction. It's getting so good. And like, I know it's not your stereotypical action shonen, but I really do hope that this shonen blows up because it is phenomenal and I love it. Anyway, this has been Otaku Talk with me, your host, your boy, the homie, OD. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Join my League of Otaku. Would mean the world for me. Remember, our goal is 1,000. Let's get to 500, then let's get to 1,000. Let's get her done. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a great day. Peace.